Hi, I'm Chetna Sinha. Today I'm going to share with you stories of incredible women from rural India. These are selection of few exceptional women who have no degrees, no travel, no exposure. But are ordinary women who have done some extraordinary things. They have been inspiring me, guiding me on my journey of my life. And these obstacles they face, but still they struggle and they rise above it. So these women, what they do with their greatest wisdom, humility, and courage, they are my teachers. I'm born and raised in India, but I'm born and raised in Mumbai. And 3 decades ago, I left Mumbai and shifted to a small village in Maswad in Satara district. When I was staying with my family, a woman named Kantabai came to me. And Kantabai said that, I want to open a saving account. I told Kantabai, she was doing her business of blacksmith. I told her that you are staying with your family on the street and you do not have house. Do you have money to save? Kantabai said that, she was insistent. She said, I want to open a saving account. I want to save money to buy a tarpaulin sheet so that I can stay with my family and I get shelter for my children. And that is the reason I want to save money. And so I thought that if you want to save, if you want to open an account, why don't we go to the bank? I went with Kantabai to different banks to get her account opened. She wanted to save 10 rupees a day. And bank manager said that she's not worth of my time. And he said that Kantabai is not an affordable client to me. So then I thought that Kantabai is not asking for grant. She's not asking loan. What she's asking is a safe and secure place for savings. And that she has all right. It is a fundamental right. So then I decided that if banks are not opening the account of Kantabai, why not start a bank for women like Kantabai? And we applied for the banking license. You all are kept clapping, but it was not that easy. When we applied for the banking license, we had to give the details in the proposal, what business they have, what is their name, what is their education. And when it came to education, they were not educated. And they had a thumb impression on the signature. So on that ground, Reserve Bank rejected the license, saying that we cannot issue a license to the bank whose promoting members are non-literate. I was devastated. From Mumbai, I came to Maswad in Satara in Maharashtra. I was weeping, and then I shared with women that we couldn't get the license because our women cannot read and write, and promoting members have to be educated. You know what women said? They said, we couldn't get the license because we cannot read and write, right? So why are you crying? We will learn from today to read and write and apply again. After 5 months, we went again to the Reserve Bank of India, but this time I didn't go alone. 15 women accompanied me to Central Bank, Reserve Bank, and we went to the director's office. I wasn't sure we'll get the license or not. In fact, I didn't have that much of confidence, but our women were quite confident, and they said, they were ahead, and they told officers that, you rejected the license because we cannot read and write. But when we were growing in the villages, there were no school. So who is responsible for our non-literacy? And you know what they said? They said, we cannot read and write, but we can count. And women challenged the officers, saying that, tell us to calculate the interest of any principal amount. If we fail, don't issue the license. But tell your officers to do it without calculator and see who can calculate faster. Right? You can imagine, I have shared this story 1,000 times, and whenever I share it, I feel again so humbled and even empowered because of these women. And so, needless to say that we got the banking license. Deshi Bank was the first rural women bank in India, which was started in India with no outside support. All women capital, women saving, women credit. And these were their investors, and so this was the first rural women bank in India. And I'm so proud to share with you that we bank more than, since last 3 decades, we have been working with more than 500,000 women across the 3 states of Maharashtra. But when we started bank, there were many challenges. Women couldn't come to the bank because they said we lose our working days. So then I said that these are the women. So we have to be in the field. We cannot come to the bank. So bank decided if women cannot come to the bank, then bank will go to them. And so we started a doorstep banking. And when we started a doorstep banking for women, women would come like, they want the ease of business, they want the ease of banking. So they said that, you know what, and recently we have started a mobile banking. So they said that, we were telling that you'll be using ATM card, Mandeshi has a mobile banking, you'll be using PIN number. Our women said that, you know what, we don't want PIN number. I thought that, they cannot read and write, it will be very difficult, so why don't we'll have a financial literacy for you. Everybody talks about financial literacy so fashionably. We use those fashionable words, right? Climate change, financial literacy, financial inclusion, etc., etc. So then I told women that we'll teach you, we'll help you. They said, no, you find some other solution, and they were firm. And they suggested, what about thumb? That was a great idea. So we thought, okay, why don't we link the mobile banking with biometric and do the pilot? And we have recently started a pilot, and we did it. After using it, what women said? They said, see, anybody can steal my PIN number, nobody can steal my thumb, right? So this is what, and the lessons I learned was that they are not just asking for access, they are asking for control. And now women are doing mobile banking, they are using ATM, and you know what they taught me? They taught me that never provide poor solutions to poor people. They are smart, right? They are smart. And I would just say, all of you, you're applauding here, but visitors, meet them. These are the women who I've been working, and they have been inspiring me for years. Now, this is a very different picture, right? You would imagine, like, why this woman is sitting with all this in radio. This is a woman named Kerabai. She came to the bank, and she said that Kerabai came to the bank, and she was mortgaging gold to buy she was mortgaging gold in the bank. I asked Kerabai that, why are you mortgaging gold? She said that I'm mortgaging gold to buy a fodder for the animal. She said, don't you realize there is such a bad drought, there is no water, no fodder. I can mortgage gold and buy fodder and grass for my animals, but even if I have money, if I mortgage gold, I cannot buy water. And then she tells me that if you migrate in search of water, with whom are you going to do banking? She had a valid question. So we thought that, we'll start a cattle camp where farmers can bring their animals at one place and get water and fodder. But in that cattle camp, Kerabai started singing to give the inspiration to farmers. And when she became very popular. So we have started a radio which is dedicated to rural women entrepreneurs. Kerabai came to our radio because she was very successful at cattle camp. Cattle camp was dismantled after the rain. We started working on water, but Kerabai became a singer of that area. And she came to the radio and she said that, you know what, I want to feature a radio program, radio show, my radio show on the radio, Mandeshi radio. So our radio manager said that, Kerabai, you cannot read and write. How are you going to write the script? You know what she said? She said that I cannot read and write, but I can sing. And I don't need to write the poem. I know it here. And she started her own feature. She featured her own program, and Kerabai became such a famous radio jockey. So everybody in the area, they are telling Kerabai, RJ Kerabai. Even Mumbai radio invited her and she did a show for them. And now Kerabai tells that, yes, I'm singing about the sparrows, I'm singing about the birds, everything is great, but she has become a professional radio jockey. And I would share with you now that one of the Bollywood scriptwriter, he has written a book on Kerabai, and when he was interviewing her, he asked her that, how did you learn to sing? You know what she said? She said that when I was growing, I got married at the age of 13. I became pregnant at the age of 14. And when I was pregnant, I was continuously feeling hungry. So she said, to forget hunger, I started singing. Can you imagine? Even in these situations, women in rural India, they come out from century-old traditions, conservatives, cultures, and they come and, she started singing, and then now she's been awarded at every place. So these are my teachers. These are my, I get inspiration from them. I'll just share with you that even younger women are not behind. So one of the young girl came to Deshi. These are all entrepreneurs. She came to Deshi and she said that I am in 7th standard. I want to go to high school. I want to work for 2 days, 2 months. And I was like, why? For 2 months, you're not even 14 years old? And she said, you know what? I will work for 2 months. Don't give me salary. Give me bicycle. I'll go to school in high school on my bicycle. Otherwise, my parents will drop me out of the school. So I said, Sarita, you'll get the bicycle. You work for 2 months. What will you do? She said, I'll write letters. She got the bicycle. And not only bicycle, gave her high school. You know what? Today, Sarita, when I'm standing here, Sarita is representing, she is a daughter of sheep and goat rearers. And you can see her family. Sarita is actually playing a field hockey and she's a captain of under-16 India team. And she's preparing, for Olympics 2020. Can you imagine? These are the women, and she's earning, she's bringing money in her family, she's coaching other girls, she's giving confidence to other girls also. So these are the girls, these are the women you will see in rural India. I would just say that, it's great to see me on the stage, it's great to see the stories and hear the stories. Come and meet them. And you know what they will say? I'll tell you what advice they give. So when I was co-chairing Davos in World Economic Forum in 2017, I asked these women that, I'll be going to Davos and I don't know what to talk and what am I going to represent there. They said, and I told them that people talk about in big cities like Mumbai and all, people talk about billions and trillions. So our women said that you go there and you tell them that we have set up a bank with no outside investors. It's more than $100 million. Our cumulative lending is more than $400 million. And tell them that for first 5 years, we sacrificed our dividend and built a very strong institution. Now we want to set up the fund. And so I launched a fund which is dedicated to women entrepreneurs in Davos. And when I launched this in Davos, you know what women said? They said that, you know what? People have a capital. People can talk about money, investment, millions and billions, but go there and tell that our courage is our capital. Our courage is our capital. And I want to say, their courage is my capital. And I would just like to request all of you, there would be millions of women like Kantabai, Kerabai, Sarita around you. And at a first glance, you may think that they hardly have anything to share, but you couldn't be more wrong. You will find them and they will be around that, and these millions of people, millions of women, they are going to build the micro-enterprise world of India. They are going to create the jobs. They are going to fill up the gender gap. They are not going to sit and cry. So I would just say that these are my teachers, and what they teach me, 2 things. Never provide poor solutions to poor people, And my courage is my capital, and it can be yours. Namaskar.